FFSC Wechibuga with Brian Kayondo. We are here in downtown Kampala. This building that you are seeing is what is a bus terminal arcade that's just here at Nabugabo along the Nachivo. And today is day 2 for the traders strike under their umbrella body, that is Kampala City Traders Association Uganda. And still many shops downtown are still closed, although some have opened, but because many shops are still open and still closed, that's why vendors are taking pride in this. And you can see that now many of them are laying their merchandise on the verandas and on the streets to make a killing, because in Uganda they say enyonyi ebbiri wezirwanira omuddo gwe gufuna omuddo where two elephants fight, the grass is the one to suffer. But in Uganda bagamba nti enyonyi ebbiri wezirwanira omuddo gwe gukafiiramu kati era mu mbeera eno eriwo because government and traders have failed to agree for up to now. These traders are taking pride in this, and now these vendors have decided to take pride in this, and now they are applying their trade on the streets. Like now you can see this is a road reserve. This should be reserved for the vehicles, but you can see one vendor is applying his trade here. I can see school stockings, undergarments and other clothing. But still, on matters of flow of traffic, many streets within Kampala city center, there is no congestion. You can see taxis are just parked here, no congestion within the city, because many people, especially those walking around the streets of Kampala, are still closed. This side is Skylight Arcade, where Brian Kayondo is panning the camera. This side is Skylight Arcade, but you can see the first, the second, and the top floors are all closed. It's now almost coming to 8 a.m., but you can see that many, up to now, business is still paralyzed within the city because these traders are on the strike. But although on some arcades, especially as you get towards Kampala Road, you see some business operators already opened. I'm going to be engaging some of these vendors to let me know of this situation within the city, how they are getting some money out of it. For them, they're taking pride in it. Basanyufu olw'embeera nti bo basazeewo kubanga bagifunamu. Some of them are already selling t-shirts, jeans, and like these are products that we'll be finding in shops, like these shoes here. You'll be finding them in shops, but because they are closed, you see that now Kampala is becoming like a marketplace. Mwana mulenzi ono atunda jjaze ogamba otya bosi? Bwe embeera eriwo ey'abasuubuzi okuba nga baggaddewo gwe osazeewo ogifuna mu mbeera bosi bitambula? Bitambula mpola mpola ssebo. Kati abasuubuzi bano nga bakyagenda mu maaso n'okuba nga bakyaggadde amaduuka ne gavumenti nga tennaba kukkanya nabo, bwe ki ky'ogamba mu mbeera eno eriwo?
Embeera eno eriwo era naffe kitukosaamu kubanga tuba tetulina gye tusuubula, naye bwe baba baguddewo naffe tuba tufuna bye tusuubula, naye obudde buno era naffe tukosaamuko boosi, era tukosaamu.
Kale kankulekere kasoma wuyo alaka ayagala kwefunira ku mujoozi. Kasoma ayagala kwefunira ku mujoozi. But the situation within the city, as I was telling you, is one of continued strike, sit-down strike for the traders within Kampala. You can see all these shops by now, they will be opened, but now you can see they are under lock and key because the traders are still on strike. Many of them, I've told you, are still on strike. That of course means the economy is paralyzed. Let me also refresh you if you're just getting to know that there is a trader strike within the city, and the issues that these traders are complaining about. One of them is excessive and unpredictable taxation policy. They are also talking about unfair taxation methods, such as levying charges on garments and based on weight, that is kilograms. They are weighing, government is charging them based on the kilograms. Whenever you bring in mechanized, they charge you per kilo. And for them, they are saying you should be charged under consignment. But also, the other issue being the increasing involvement of foreign nationals in retail trade. You know, there are so many people who come in as investors, but also get into the same business like these operators within the city are doing. But also, they are complaining about the UNBS, Uganda National Bureau of Standards, the costs and bureaucracies that they go through whenever they go to certify their mechanisms. But of course, we know that for now, over 200 containers are stuck at Nakawa at the URA, Uganda Revenue Authority offices, and also at the point of entry because of failure to clear the charges, the taxes. And these traders are saying that these taxes are way too high for them to stay in business, and that's why they want these issues to be sorted. Yesterday we saw a meeting between the Prime Minister of Uganda, Right Honorable Robin Nabanja, and these traders executive. They were saying that, you know what, let's have a solution for this. They want these matters to be sorted out of the way so that they can resume business, but that meeting didn't bear fruit, and we expect today a meeting by executive of Kasita early morning, and I'll be heading to the offices there to speak to their executives. But also, I've been told that the president is going to engage the executive of the Kasita this morning via phone, and then we shall be knowing whether they will be able to reopen or they will continue with their sit-down strike. And this is the second time. We saw the first strike May last year before the budget reading. Some of the traders also closed shop, and then that time it was about IFRIS, the electronic fiscal receipting and invoicing system, that we were complaining about, that they were being charged so many. But of course, in the city, yesterday there was a lot of deployment by security, and again you can see them here patrolling the streets to make sure that there is no vandalizing of property, there is no there are no traders who get out of hand, and so that they can strike around this, so that they can go in violent protests. That's why they keep on deploying and monitoring the situation. And of course, some of them up to now are still under detention. Stephen Ibido of FSO Chibuga will now take you back to studios of Morning at NTV for more conversation, because the guests are already in there, and Priscilla Regina Naroga, Chris again around, and of course they'll be taking you into another conversation right here on Morning at NTV. I'll see you later on.
So much, Stephen Bide, for bringing us up to breast with the detail of the Kampala traders strike. Later on, he will be speaking to the Kasita chairperson and also the CEO.
Stephen Imbido on Fefeso Chibuga, I'm coming to you from Aponye Mall here in City Center, Kampala. This day 2 of the City Traders strike, that is Kampala City Traders Association Uganda. They are on their strike. They've closed shop. At least I've gone to downtown. I saw many of the shops still closed, although a few of them are open. But I'm engaging the acting chairman of Kasita, Hajisa Sechito, on how day 1 went, because we saw some people being arrested. They spent the night in jail at police stations, but also they had a meeting with the Prime Minister and shops were closed. What is the latest now as they begin day 2? Good morning to you, Haji Issa Sechito.
Morning, viewers. Day 1 was very hectic. Definitely, the reason is for why people closed are now known. But to emphasize more, high taxes, some delays, excessive delays in URA, the UNBS holding on goods after they have already paid the due taxes, the business people from China, especially the Chinese, who vend goods, yet they are already wholesaling them to the Ugandans. They move all over the country, distributing them even in pieces, even dozens. All these issues are well known now, but as far as the demonstration is concerned, there was some miscommunication, and some of it was deliberate because of the leadership wrangles that are very known also to the business community. Nevertheless, it was a success, despite the few people many of our members who were arrested. We are working along the clock to see that they get released, because many were just found standing, bungled, and taken. The Prime Minister intervened, but very late. She even took the initiative to drive up to Uganda Road Court, but she met when they had already been whisked off to prison. We are sure this should not derail us from the track of negotiating with the government, because we are sure they are going to be released. They have no offense. It is thus a coincidence that maybe security thought by arresting this, they would threaten people to open. This is how day one went. We are very, very, very keen on the issues. We tasked the Prime Minister to talk to the President, because everybody, including the Minister of Finance, the Director for Economic Development at the Minister of Finance, Mr. Kagwa, all the tax policy people who were in the meeting, the Minister of Trade, Afande Mbadi, and all the Commissioner General himself. There are issues that came out. One of the prominent ones was that there is a team that is going to be formed by Uganda Revenue Authority, to be joined by 1 or 2 people from Kasita, so that we can visit all the bonds to identify reasons why goods are laying there. If they are agents, if it is URA, if it is taxes, if it is penalties, we sort them and we see people have their goods.
Okay.
Yes.
In the meantime, where to elephants fight, the grass is to suffer. I know people who are up country, wherever they want goods, but now they cannot get them because the shops are closed. But also, amaziga gente isanya malembo. That's what they say in Uganda. For now, the vendors are plying their trade on the streets of Kampala, clogging the city.
We are not intending to kill people. We are not intending to frustrate people. Those that are small dealers who are earning a living, we have no challenge with them. The challenge is not that we are fighting fellow traders who want to work. This is something that is real. The pain that you see people going through is real. Therefore, somebody who doesn't feel it, what shall we do to them? Eventually, if this continues, they very well know that the stores where they get the stuff they are closed, they cannot continue. That's why we have no much time to waste on these vendors. They are free to catch a day. After all, this is how we survive. So we have no problem with them. But what is very important is that the Ugandans must learn to work in solidarity.
Okay, in fine 30 seconds. For how long will this be? Shall we see shops being opened after?
No, I don't think it should have taken much time. We only need some concrete resolutions from government, and the traders are more than willing to reopen. We have no deep quarrel with the government. We only have deep quarrel with the way they are handling the taxes, the high taxes, and whichever issues that I have already highlighted.
Thank you so much, Haji Issa Sechito, the acting chairman of Kasita. We shall be keeping tabs on them as they go for another meeting, another engagement with government, but also as they go to see at the police station, but also in court, to see that the traders who were arrested yesterday are released as they urge before they go for other meetings. Now I hand you to Chris Igenyi, because I know SEC is supposed to be vetting for SEC aspirants today, but also there are some other issues that are not yet resolved for those who are going to Kololo 27th and 28th as they go for the National Dailies Conference. Have it from me, Chris Igenyi.